You're doing intermittent fasting. Everything is going perfectly fine, and suddenly your worst nightmare happens. You start gaining weight. So today, we're going to talk about the 4 main intermittent fasting mistakes that will make you gain weight and explain how to fix them. Mistake number 1. Overeating. Boy oh boy, is this mistake common. Yes, fasting helps you moderate your food intake without counting calories. However, some people feel like breaking a fast is an invitation to eat vast amounts of processed, high-calorie food. We understand that after 16 or 18 hours of fasting, your hunger might be going through the roof. But if you eat many carbs and high-calorie foods full of sugar every time you break a fast, there is no doubt that you'll gain weight instead of losing it. Don't forget one of the golden rules of intermittent fasting. What you eat during your eating window matters. You have to eat what your body needs in calories, but not overeat because you know you won't eat for another 16 or 18 hours. Also, devouring junk food during your eating window can lead to malnutrition, which means your diet doesn't provide enough nutrients for your body to function correctly. Don't know how to get your eating window back on track? Here's the tip that plain works. Plan and write down what you'll eat during your eating window every day. Include on your menu fresh fruits, veggies, lean meats, fish, and whole grains. Eat clean and don't let yourself eat whatever. Try to be strategic about it. Also, you need to make sure that you're eating enough protein to prevent hunger. If you don't, you'll end up feeling hungry, which can result in you eating more. If you do all of that, you'll have no issues. You'll see that it will give you more flexibility to alter your diet with different foods without overeating and gaining weight. Mistake number 2. Combining fats and carbs. When you break your fast, you should never combine fats and carbs in one meal. Why is that? You see, when you eat carbs, your body produces insulin. Insulin is like the key to your cells. It opens cells and allows glucose to enter. This means that when the door to your cell is open and glucose comes flowing in, fat enters too. Because of this, you significantly raise the chances of fat going into storage, resulting in weight gain. Combining fat and carbs during intermittent fasting can kill all the progress. So what should you do about it? The trick is straightforward. Break your fast by eating one or the other. Fats or carbs. Choose a meal that includes carbs and protein, or fat and protein, but not carbs and fat together. Here's an example. You have one meal with 1,000 calories worth of carbohydrates and fats, and you have another meal with 1,000 calories worth of proteins and fats. Both meals have the same amount of calories, but one meal, which has fats and carbs, can cause your cells to gain more fat. Even though you ate the same amount of calories, it still mattered what you ate. Mistake number 3. Not eating enough. Okay, picture this. You're fasting for around 16 or 18 hours, and during your eating window, you're still restricting yourself. If you don't eat enough for 1 or 2 days, you'll eventually end up binge eating, which will lead to gaining weight. Again, the perfect way to avoid this situation is by making yourself a suitable meal plan for non-fasting windows that includes balanced meals consisting of around 300 to 500 calories per meal. You shouldn't consume less than 1,200 calories per day. That's super important if you want to get back on track and lose weight without exhausting yourself. Remember another fundamental fasting rule. Fasting shouldn't cause you unpleasant feelings and discomfort. If you follow our advice, you'll soon notice how easy fasting can be. Mistake number 4. Drinking too much coffee. Well, that's an interesting twist. Yes, coffee itself has loads of health benefits proven by research, such as reducing the risk of developing type 2 diabetes, lowering inflammation, or stimulating fat burning. So what's wrong with too much coffee? Let's be real. Most of us drink a lot of coffee. The average person gets about 300 milligrams of caffeine daily, not only from coffee, but also from tea, soft drinks, and energy drinks. And that is a substantial amount of caffeine. Research shows that too much caffeine can increase your blood glucose levels and prolong those increases. This may make you less insulin sensitive and more likely to store fat. Drinking too much coffee might not be the only reason for gaining weight during intermittent fasting, but it can be one of the reasons. As long as you consume a moderate amount, you're perfectly fine with your coffee morning ritual. If you want to see how real people completely change their lives with intermittent fasting, check out this video where they share their success stories and before and after results. Subscribe to Health Insider and don't miss any new, exciting, and educational content.